Oh, wow. 15 seconds in. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Just finishing up this commission. I started without you guys, but I was just playing with the layers and just seeing what I could do in certain cases. It was weird. Saya has a texture setting, which is very interesting. Um, this is just a multiply layer, and it's let's see, screen normal. It's that color, and there's multiply, which looks nice. This is the layer with the texture on. I put blob stucco at 50% scale, and maybe I'll just like bring it down just a little bit more from 20 to like maybe 14. I like. Uh, yeah, I was just looking at this art style, this different, just something different, almost looks like watercolor, and I want to try and replicate that. So, what I am doing here is trying. Let's see, where's my blur? Anyway. So I got like more good news and more bad news. I got the troubles. Uh, oh, bad news is that Grandma's computer is acting up again. Uh, and actually, it's less bad news and more worse news. The worst news is when I was looking at it again, because it's the same kind of problem, and it turned off for like a week, and then I managed to pop it back on, and then screw with the BIOS so that way it bypasses the CPU fan. It was just a kind of complications, and I was wondering if BIOS reset itself or something. Who knows? I'm gonna look at it some more, and it'll probably pop on, and I'll fix it again. But, and here's where it gets kind of weird and pisses me off a little bit. I was fiddling around with it, of course, and trying to see if the pin connector for the CPU was working, and I come to a realization when I'm turning it on and off and trying to press the CPU connectors, and I noticed that the airflow for the CPU, the fan is pushing I can't get the CPU fan to work, but I noticed that the fan that also feeds air from the back, it's pushing air away from itself out of the fan casing. I was like, wait a minute, that's not right, is it? And sure enough, I look it up, and I look up airflows and everything. And I don't know how it happened. I don't know who did it. I don't know who else looked at this computer before me. But someone put all the fans backwards. Which of course means that I don't know what that means. I mean, that means like the exact opposite of everything that should have been happening. So, yeah. And even before I moved in, Grandma just leaves this thing on. She leaves the fan on, and she leaves it running all the damn time. So, yeah, that was unnerving for me. And I guess only 3 people are watching, so I'm just gonna... No comments yet. Whatever. But yeah, she leaves it on, and no matter how much I tell my mom or grandma to not do that, it'd be like if... I've explained this before. I've said it's like, hey, if you came over and my car was just running in my driveway, and I just tell you, oh yeah, I just leave it on. I mean, what's the point of turning it off? I'm just going to, use it again later. It's like, no, you'd be freaking out. You'd say you're going to ruin your transmission. You're going to... Now, imagine that Imagine that. And for some reason, you stick a banana in your tailpipe, and for some reason it doesn't. I don't know. That's a bad metaphor, because if that happened, it would just fire and you wouldn't be able to... Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, JMD. And by the way, hello. Yeah, exactly. I don't know who did it. I don't know who looked at it. I know they took it in one time to a shop. I'm surprised the damn thing... Yeah, but now I can't get it to even... I mean, I get it to come on, and the fan for the back exhaust turns on, and the fan for the graphics card turns on, but the fan for the CPU won't turn on. Now, I've taken it and I've readjusted the... I've gotten another cable, an adapter, so I plug it into the power source, one of the spare connectors that's right there. And yeah, it turns on, but the CPU won't register. So I don't know if that's just something with that or what. I don't know. But it's a damn shame. It was like a top-of-the-line computer when Grandma and Grandpa first bought it, and it was like it just sat over here. Meanwhile, I was chugging away at a old laptop that I'm being a little selfish here, but I was just like, it's like the little, you have a really nice car driven by a little old lady, only on Sundays, and then someone finally gets a hold of it, and then they crash it. It's like, oh God, why? That was such a good little thing. Anyway, I'm just trying to do this kind of more or less kind of like watercolor thing, because I saw, and I can't remember who, and I'm just doing this from memory. But I was like, ooh, this is just that's nice. I want to try that. So anyway, I think the commissioner will abide by that, as long as it looks pretty neat. And I'm playing with the texture settings. Yeah, well, at that point, I don't know. How much are CPUs? But it's okay, because I've got my laptop. But the one thing is I liked using Grandma's computer because for some reason Blender won't render freestyle on my computer anymore. Or import certain things. I don't know what I did to my Blender file, but it's messed up. I know I can't do anything with it. But anyway. I'll figure it out, and I'm sure it'll pop on. This has happened before. If it ever pops on, then I've switched the fans, naturally. That's the first thing I did. To their proper flow. Maybe a little bit harder line right there. Hello, Binsai. Yeah. Either way. My laptop's working fine. I had a problem with OBS, but I figured out that it was like a hardware limitation or something. So maybe I can just reboot, save all my files, save all my settings, reboot my laptop from the beginning, and then just, work with it from there. Who knows? Oh, that doesn't have a... That doesn't have shade to it. But anyway. Just gonna keep on keeping on. Is my airbrush. Okay, I got that. Ooh, too big. Way too big. There we go. That's nice. Okay, and then we go back up this, hit that. Although I will have to figure out how to play Hearthstone on something else. I mean, I could do it on my phone, but that was a really nice computer just to play games on. Blur. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? What other what style did they use? Okay, I kind of get it. Do I want to use a pencil pen? And then blur. I'm just seeing how I'm going to do the muscles. Actually, that's not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Anyway. You gotta remember that. I'll save this color. Set, and I got to save the color for. Let's see, this has got to be set to normal. Set to that. Save the color. Bring that back down to 57, was it? And then hit multiply. Perfect. Okay. Wait, did I? That wasn't it. And normal. Set. Why was that registering the other one? Weird. Okay, 50. Multiply. There we go. How old is the PC? If there's something worse, you can probably salvage parts. Want to build a better one out of cash. It's pretty amazing what you can do. Hey, hey, Tom. Oh, how old is it? I don't know. Let's see, maybe about It can't be that. It may be about. Well, Grandpa was still alive, so it's at least 6 years. No, I don't know. Maybe 7 years old. My uncle says at this point it'd just be better to buy another computer. But we replaced not the hard drive. Yeah, we replaced the hard drive because they said an error was gonna pop up. Grandma kept getting an error for the hard drive, and I spent a weekend replacing that. Hmm. But anyway, I'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll pop up again, and then I'll go back into. JMD, can BIOS reset? Because as soon as I did that, I reset BIOS to bypass the CPU fan. And I thought that solved the problem, and it did for a while. But now it did that thing where I think it needs the CPU fan to start. And anyway, I didn't do any art streaming last night because Grandma wasn't feeling too good, and I not art streaming, game streaming. I played anyway because I was nervous, but every once in a while I just got a little tired. Yeah, I know that I have the CPU fan, and I ran it through another power source. I got an adapter that hooks into one of the power source has a bunch of spare cables, and I used an adapter to plug into that and then power the CPU fan, figuring that would do it. But certain models, they won't go unless the CPU fan is running, which is, a brilliant. I don't know who came up with that shit, but that's annoying. It's like, hey, the computer won't start unless the CPU fan. That's great. What happens if there's a short in the motherboard? What? He's like, the thing I just said. What happens if that don't work? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know it'll fry the motherboard, but still, it's just like, well, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess it is a good failsafe, but still. I just don't know why it won't boot me into another thing. And why it started after like after a week of being unplugged, apparently. It started up again. And I was able to hit the BIOS and do the bypass and say, no, just ignore the CPU fan. But anyway, I'll figure it out. Working layer. That's my no. We don't want that. Airbrush. That hand is a little bit bigger than that one, so I'll either have to, when everything's said and done, I'll either have to make this one bigger or shrink that one. So that's a thing. You're probably better off getting a new... Okay. Okay, but what if I have files on that hard drive? Can I transfer them to, files and programs? I could transfer them to the new computer, right? Yeah, but how do you back them up when your computer won't start? Or just move that hard drive into the... Oh, okay, good. Okay, yeah, that would be a cinch. Well, I guess we'll look around. Any recommendations? Because it doesn't need to do a lot. I just want it to be able to... Well, Grandma doesn't need it to do anything. She could just have any bare bones computer. She just wants to be able to print stuff off, which I was able to print off anything she needed off of her iPad because her printer's wireless. She just wants to look at email and write letters and stuff like that. I would like something that at least play Hearthstone. Without, freaking out. Oh yeah, I did that with my old laptop. I put it in a container, little tin container, and then it was just an external hard drive for my new one. I know it's not a demanding game, but my laptop pisses itself every time I try to run it. Maybe I'll try tonight. I'll use the things I learned on that, with the virtualization and stuff like that. Yeah. Hold on.
We don't need to go over there.
You don't? Okay. What's going to down?
All right, would you put that down and let me tell you?
Okay, here. Hold on, guys.
Take you a minute. You're drawing.
Okay, anyway. We have an issue with tombstones and lettering going off, and I think it's bullshit. Mom's gonna get pissed. Basically, Grandma called the cemetery wondering why our lettering is disappearing off these new granite tombstones. And the guy basically says, "Oh, you need to just wipe that off every 3 months." It's like, well, what the hell are you running it for? And he's apparently, he said, well, apparently no one told you, but you need to take care of these tombstones. It's like, what? They're new. They're not. They're granite, and they got shitty white lettering on them. It's like I look at my grandfathers and my grandfather's grandfathers. They're just these not brown, but gray stones with the letters actually chipped into the thing, and it looks nice. And these look, no, they look like countertops. So anyway, Mom's gonna go ballistic when she hears, oh well. I mean, they're a cemetery. What the hell do we pay for? The troubles. But anyway, thank you, JMD. I will keep your words of wisdom in mind, and we'll probably just go out and buy another computer. Is Windows 10 as shit as everyone says it is? No, Windows 10 is good, or? It's not Windows 7's, but it's not Vista or 8. Actually, this old computer had Windows 7. I'm running Windows 7 right now, I believe. I think I'm running Windows 7. Pretty sure I'm running Windows. I don't know what I'm running. Yeah, I'm running Windows 7 because I have to get the service pack when I reinstalled everything. Well, either way. All I really need is Blender, Lightworks, and my art programs. And Grandma only... I like to stream some games. Nothing. I don't want to play like Overwatch or like Call of Duty. Oh, well, that's wonderful. Thank you, Sky Gears. And hello, Sky Gears. I don't quite remember you being in the chat before. But, anyway. And how you doing, noob? Are you lost or something? Whoa. Whoa, Spiral. Where is my blur? Yeah, it's not. I don't need to go too blurrish with that one. Hello, Hassan. How you doing? I'm just talking about the troubles. Oh no. You're in the hotel again? Shit. You're stuck there, or like till the blizzard passes, or what? Oh, well, good. I'm glad you could stick around. I mean, catch this one, Sky Gears. And I'm glad there are actually people who watch it later. But anyway, yeah, gonna probably do that. I'm just lucky that I got that one video I was working on, or I transferred it off of her computer and got it onto my laptop. Anyway, I don't even know why, but it works out better because for some reason, and I don't know why, but Lightworks works much better with this one file that I work with. I don't know what. My Lightworks just loves this one MP4 file that my grandmother's, not this grandmother, my other grandmother. It's a little camera my other Grandma Rocco, gave my mother for Christmas. Now she's got her phone, so that just stayed in a drawer somewhere. When I needed to do some filming, and I needed a camera that wasn't my phone because she wrecked her phone one time, and I needed to give her a spare, which was my phone, so she can, get clients and work and all that stuff. She found that camera and gave it to me and was like, here, maybe you can use it. And I was like, okay, whatever. For some reason, it loves my laptop Lightworks. I tried to work it on Grandma's computer, and it was the same kind of thing where it needed to be processed. Some footage for Lightworks, Lightworks is super finicky. It's a super powerful video editor that's actually like let's see, I recommend that if you can't... who am I drawing? It's an OC character that they wanted in that pose right there. But anyway, Lightworks is a super finicky program. But it's like done movies. Like, they've shot... I forget what movies they've shot on it, but they've got an impressive list. But for some reason, you have to process everything, which is a bit time-consuming, but it's worth it. But for some reason, I can just take the raw file from this one camera, stick it in my computer, and just work with it perfectly. It doesn't miss a beat. Because if you don't process it, well, first of all, sometimes it won't run. And second of all, if you don't process, the audio will either get super distorted and off sync, or it will run super, super slow. Like, it will just not be responsive. Hello, Scott. What do you know? But anyway, it was a happy mistake that Mom smashed her phone, and I needed to give her mine, and that led to the discovery of this odd super camera that I have and had access to the whole time. Poor Grandma. She walked by and she just said, "Oh, it's cold," and I'm sitting in here with the fan on. So anyway, expect a lot of PS4 games I may play... Well, I'm going to try and play Battleborn tonight. I've got Let It Die loaded up. And of course, I've got all the Spyro games that I could play and gather some data... not data. Some footage for. Oh no, you caught a cold? Shit. I'm sorry. That's not fun. I thought I caught a stomach virus. But turns out I didn't. So, yay for me. I bought yes, JMD. I know. And I took the risk and I bought Battleborn for like $10 at Walmart. Because it looks like such a cool game. And I'm on a first-person shooter kick, which I've never been a first-person shooter fan. I think the first-person shooter that I really got excited about was... I got into first-person shooters during the Nintendo 64 age with GoldenEye, and to a lesser extent that one South Park game, which was just like a different version of... Oh, I hate that. So anyway, I'm really enjoying Overwatch, and I'm going to try a Battleborn. It can't be that deserted. And with the price drop, you think, oh, more people will be like, oh, okay, well, I'll just pick this up. At least that's what I'm hoping. I mean, I know that this guy said he tried to get on. He spent like 20 minutes trying to find people, but, you know, who knows? I know the game price dropped within a month of its release because it tried to go up against Overwatch. If it had just waited a little bit and been like, okay, let Overwatch have some of the spotlight. But yeah, I'm gonna try it. It'll be at least fun to like sit there and be like, oh my god, this is no one is in here. But anyway, yeah, I bought it for like $10, so I was like, you know what, $10 is worth the risk. $10 would be worth just for the... there is a solo mission. There are actual missions and gameplays and stuff like that, so it's just like, yeah, why not? Randy Pitchford, that name resonates with me. It resonates with everyone else because I've heard it before. What's that one robot sniper? Oh, Alien Colonial Marines. That's where ooh, that guy? Ooh. Oh, man. Yeah, okay, I think I see why people would get uppity. Anyway, let's take a look. And let's do that. Let's maybe a little lighter version of that. Do the pencil. What was the one that came after that? Isolation? I think that one got... I think people like that one. CR, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, but I was just saying, Alien games, they can be, good ones can be made. Let's see. CR, what would considered be the worst game you ever played? The worst game I've ever played. Well, there was one Rocco's Modern Life game that I couldn't get past the first level. I always remember that when I think of bad games. It's probably not the worst, but it was the most frustrating. But anyway, yeah. I don't know, does that look okay? Yeah, that looks fine. I think it was a Rocco's Modern Life video game, or it may have been a Real Monsters. I don't know. It was something from Nickelodeon. I'm pretty sure it was Rocco's Modern Life, even though because I distinctly remember Real Monsters, and it wasn't that. Wait, so Randy pushed porn for Battleborn? Battleborn porn. That's sad. But it was just thinking. Maybe it's because I spent way too much time on DeviantArt and 4chan. But it's like, I just when something popular comes out and people draw, the dirty pictures of it, and I was thinking about that Trolls movie. And I was like, I just imagined some executives like sitting in the back room, because I was thinking of, I know, it was Zootopia versus the new Trolls movie, and I was thinking like a bunch of Disney executives in the back room being super excited that people were drawing all their characters that way, and being like, yeah, and then I just imagine like an executive that worked on Trolls was like, okay, how many dirty pictures on the internet? You can always tell how popular something by the dirty pictures nowadays. And then like some young executive, young assistant, like looking around nervously, is like, none, sir. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, there's nothing. He's like, wait, did you check 4chan? It's like, yes, sir, we checked 4chan. There's no dirty pictures of Trolls. And then he just kind of like does that thing, like, or maybe the Hitler thing where he removes his glasses and it's like, oh god, we flopped, we failed. People aren't drawing porn of our characters. Like, but we hired Justin Timberlake, and it's like, yeah, I know we did. Oh, I don't know. It's like Smurfette gets some drawings to this day. No, that's horrible. I'm interested in that sniping robot butler with the robotic owl. I'm like, oh wow, I really like to play that guy because I like sniping. I found out. That's way too bright. Maybe if I put a texture on this. The block stucco, 20 scale. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And then I got to... There we go. Yeah, this is looking okay. This is looking different, and I like different. What is that I'm doing with the shine? Oh, I don't know. I'm just doing the shine, I guess. Oh. So you'd think it's just a clutter sometimes. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to just I'll just take a look and see. Anyway. Well, I'll try it. We'll figure it out. And if that... I've wasted what? I've wasted like a hamburger or, you know, a meal at... You know, Chinese food. I've wasted a meal worth of Chinese food. Oh, you like the Flapjack review? Yeah. Yeah, I got another one planned for April. My one thing, and that I was really, you know, I don't really want to like show, I don't want a lot of attention from any famous people now. But one thing I was kind of hoping. Oh, it's the blur tool. I'm blurring the edge on the. I'm blurring half of the edge on some of the highlights. What can I tell you about Lady Hawani? I don't know. You're gonna have to ask the owner of the character. You don't need internet to play the Spyro games, right? I mean, they're just self-contained, right? In fact, they sell this shitty DLC, kind of brand thing with their action figures. Well, either way, that'll be fun too. Taking a look at that. I got Swap Force, and I got the speedsters, the runners. The cars. Got them for like both $10 because holy crap, the turnaround for that garbage. I was going to say, it used to be that parents would get super upset that their kids would want a new system. There was that big thing about the Super Nintendo. Parents were all like, wait a minute, there's a Super Nintendo now? It's like, I just bought you that Nintendo 7 years ago. They're like me. They're like me with my computer. So it's like, what? I bought that computer 7 years ago. It should still be good. It's like, no, you got to replace it every once in a while. I was like, well, that was bullshit. Yeah, I also got Disney Infinity. I got the Brave Girl slash it was Brave Girl and Shrek set. So expect that sometime. Drawing lesson videos. Well, I mean, yeah, that would be fun, but now, I mean, I can give you tips right now. I mean, I'm basically just using my regular ink pen for the highlights of these things. Anything that's metal will get a shiny highlight, while everything else will be a soft shadow. Wait, Shrek what? Did I say Shrek? I meant not Shrek. Stitch. There we go, Stitch. go. Oh, and this down here. Very nice. Did I, do I need to do a blur on these? No, I guess not. Well, let's just see. I'll blur the tips, so it makes it look like these are round and it goes into the sharp points. Okay, very nice, very nice. Oh, gotta do shading on the mouth, or at least the nose. That's wrong. There we go. And I completely forgot. Well, let's see. Let's do this real quick. Let's airbrush. No, too much. No, too much still. Too little. Here, I got an idea. Well, it just looks like kind of lame. Yeah, and there we go. There we go. Oh god, I gotta save this. Did I save it? Yeah, okay. Saved. Also, what I want to do, again, I should be working on I should be working on this cloth, but I don't want to do that just yet, because I want to try something. The eraser. No, not that one. There we go. Like highlights. Blend, blur. Does that look good? I like it, so I'm gonna do it. Have I seen Last Days of Coney Island? No, I have not as of yet. But I should. Because as weird as Rankin Bass is, he is one hell of a animationist. family picture. That's still the one. That's the one nostalgia critic joke. And even then, it's not even a nostalgia critic joke. It's just his own take. Not Rankin Bass. Sheesh. What am I doing? Bashki. I didn't get much sleep last night. I was worried about Grandma. Every time she tossed and turned, I listened for her. So, and then there was one time she got up, moved around a bit, like around 2, and I stayed up for another like hour and a half. And it's that kind of sleep where you don't really go to sleep, but you're not really awake. So that was fun. That was a joy. Although I do love Rankin Bass too. And I worked on the computer for the other computer, trying to get it to come on for about an hour. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, okay, I'll work on the computer. If I can get it going, I'll work on it for an hour. Then I'll get back to work on other things. Because there was one week where I just ate my time. It's like between this and my laptop, which I was trying to get something else working. It's like, nope, I'm gonna manage my time. If I can't work on it, just fiddle with it for a little bit. But then if that doesn't happen, then I gotta get back to work with other things. Oh yeah, I love Twice Upon a Time. Lucas actually produced that thing, and it is, I guess it was a flop, but it was just such an interesting flop. 2 different cuts too, one with like cursing and one where they try to clean it up. So get out there and kick some ass. Oh yeah, I like the one with the cursing too, of course. Let's put some undershine on it. Only one was released in theaters, and the other one was, I guess, HBO exclusive. For a while. I remember Cartoon Network aired it. Without the cursing, of course. God, that must have been easy to edit, because it's just kind of a jumbled mess to begin with. Need to blur this a little more. It just looks kind of weird. nice and kind of round. Maybe I can bring that shine layer down just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Make it look like, well, no, now it's not even showing up. There's gotta be like a happy medium. There we go. I like that. Well, piss. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's do this, and then the hair, and then like some sort of background, and I think we'll be done. Wait, am I working on the right? Yeah, no, I'm working on the right layer, but I'm not working with the right color. You can tell by the teeth shadow. A dog and a parrot. You know, that sounds so familiar. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Where there's a whip, there's a way. 1, 2. After this, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to eat some lunch, and I'm going to play maybe a little bit of just a scooch of my beloved Overwatch. Maybe like about like a couple rounds of elimination. And again, I didn't stream last night because I was worried. I was like, oh God, am I going to have to... Like, I don't want to get up all of a sudden and just say, well, I gotta go. Because, you know, Grandma was feeling a little under the weather. But I helped her clean the garage, so she probably just wore herself out yesterday. May I ask what software you are using? I am using, well, first of all, I'm using Seiya, which has a wonderful stabilizer. I am working with a Wacom tablet, like one of the Neuro models. It's like $70. And have you played the new Hearthstone Brawl? It's awesome. Ooh. Yeah, I wish... maybe I'll stream that on my phone tonight. I don't know. I probably could do that. I could probably stream off my phone. Just be like real ghetto again. If it stays stable. I know there's issues with it not working. But who knows? Or maybe I'll experiment and try to do it on my laptop, because JMD is right. This laptop should be able. It's not an extensive labor heavy. I need to do something with this ankle. There we go. Seiya with the Wacom tablet. Why? Are these words bad? Are these words not... Am I saying them wrong? Or are they just not? Are they just not the tools of the trade? Let's see. Let's go to this. I gotta go here. I got to. Why is this? Oh, because it's above. It's in a layer above. Okay. Well, why don't I just do this? Move that to there. And be done with it. And then move this above that. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah.
I wrote your mother a long letter and never heard happened to it. It's down in the middle. Okay, there, open that up. Did it send it? I put send.
Did you?
Yeah, maybe I didn't hit it right.
There we go.
There. I hope she
There we go.
doesn't get mad
Okay.
over this.
No, hopefully she won't.
Oh, hopefully.
I know she will. She'll say, well, they're a gravesite. What the hell we paid them for not taking care of gravestones? But if push comes to shove, then it'll be me taking the monthly trip out there to clean the gravestones. So... Okay, so it's Saya and Wacom. Okay, Wacom.
I'm gonna shut this door.
Okay.
Did you get the computer running?
No. No, I didn't get the computer running. It's off. And again, Grandma's got a brand new iPad, a brand new cell phone. Like I said, we can hook this up to the wireless printer. We'll get you a keyboard. And she just wants a computer. I gotta make that look a little bit more 3D. Oh, I didn't even do this. Soda is not pop. Soda is most certainly pop, good sir. But I'll remember that. Saya with a sigh and Wacom. Yeah. Well, why isn't there an I after WAI? COM. Wacom. Oh well. Now, help me with this question, because is Saya, is it abandonware or not? Because I'm waiting for the second one to come out, and it's not. Yeah, let's see. You know, been waiting for ages. Come on, where the hell is... Well, Saya is the art program I'm working with. Paint tool Saya. It's got like one of the best stabilizers ever. It's great if you're working with like cheap, cheap tablets or whatever. Although I did surprise myself. I had to draw something on paper. I was like, oh god, I've been using the computer for so long, I can't do this. And I was like, oh wow, I've retained... Like, I've actually developed a smidgen of talent. I can actually draw on paper. This is wonderful. Okay, I think that's it. Oh yeah, I forgot this leg. I forgot to erase that leg. Or at least the shadow. Now you see, even with the stabilizer, I'm not quite... I think that should be thinner than that. I'll just go in and zoom in. No, not really. Well, yeah, it definitely, because first of all, there's my background image right there. You can't just, if you're working on paper, you can't, unless you're using trace paper, you can't just build up layers like this. So yeah, digital has a huge advantage in that you can just work on layers and, copy and paste and tweak and, blur things out. But my drafting is pretty much the same, where I just work from oh, what? There we go. So yeah, it's definitely different in that I can just I can speed run this crap with just by going, oh, I'll do that, or I can erase it, or I can copy layers. It's, it's invaluable. Blur, 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 blur. Yeah, Illustrator's fun. For a while there, I used Illustrator all the time before I found out this program. Because this program is actually faster, I find, with its stabilizer. It's a nice smooth line. It's the line I've always wanted, and I get to have that now with the speed and the fluid motion of just, drawing. Okay, and we are going to do her hair and then make some sort of like little generic background, maybe even just some color, and we will be done. No. Oh, and also you got difference between working layer and all image. All image just highlights the color. It's awesome. It's amazing. You can just add another layer and start from there. Hey, that's a rhyme. Oh, yeah. Texture, lock, 50%. There we go. Well, I'm sorry, I'm doing this wrong. I should just be doing this. And then using the blur tool again. Because look at this, I can just do that, I can draw a line, I can hit the paint bucket, plop that in, erase the edges or the overflow, and then boom, we're done. I don't exactly like that. There we go. And Illustrator has its advantages. It's like you can get cleaner shapes and multiply, make patterns out of things. There's one video I did I did all the backgrounds for one of Doug's videos, and I made one element and I copied and pasted it over and over again in certain spots. I mean, it was like a week's worth of work, but it would have been even longer if I had not had that available to me. Also, you should try and look at Fire Alpaca, which is a wonderful little program that has tons of perspective tools. I used that for a while, and then you get kind of the total package with Clip Studio. It has a decent stabilizer. You can put in like puppets and background elements, 3D elements to trace over. Although, like I said, I still prefer Saya. There. How long did it take this image? Well, let's see. I'm working from... Let's see. This is 1 hour and 30 minutes. I guess it took about maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. It would have been shorter if I had just colored it flat style, because like I said, I just draw a line, put the bucket, and I'm done. But I just wanted to try something different. Yeah, the Burton Land. In fact, I could just do this. Or I do this and I don't have to worry about the overlay. Oh wait, no. Where is it? Where's my hair layer? Damn it, I did it again. I know you work super fast, JND. I've seen some of your streams where you just kick them out. I can't work like that. Have I ever... Yeah, I've seen the Storyteller from Jim Henson. I love that series. Used to show that on Nickelodeon, I think. Well, here's the thing. Here's the story about Tim Burton Land. Is that I drew that, and at the time I drew that, and I drew the I made the My Little Pony animation. And at the time I had lost monetization on YouTube, and I had reached out to Doug and I said, "Hey, Doug, can I get on the your Channel Awesome or your League of Reviewers or whatever that thing was?" Is because I was offered it before, but I was hesitant because I didn't know whether it would be worth it or not. But anyway, I said, "Can I get on that? I lost my monetization, so I needed some money." And he said, "Oh, well, I'm sure if you make more videos, you'll be, they'll pick you up or they'll reconsider you." I was like, "Well, that's not really the answer I was looking for, but yeah, I guess if you've got no sway over them." So anyway, and I was like, I can't make videos because I'm busy with other things. This was at the time when my uncle was getting prepped for his cancer treatment, and I was dealing with other things. Blake was leaving for the Navy, and we were getting ready. We were getting his affairs in order. Yeah, I know it crashed and burned, which makes me not feel too bad about not joining it. But it was like one of my only resorts at the time. Luckily, Channel Frednator swooped in, and I got like maybe a couple really good paychecks out of them before they kind of crashed and burned too. But the point is that I needed something because, unlike Doug, I didn't make a big, thing about monetization, which I guess I could have, but it's not like anyone would have made a meme out of it or anything like that. But anyway, I finally had to, I delivered I delivered on the two huge, I did animation for them, I did the backgrounds, and I was doing fine. I was doing well enough on the commissions that I was taking. But then all of a sudden, Blake needed... what did he need? He needed... Oh, yeah. I had previously given Blake some money to go on a vacation to California because it's like, I want to take my girlfriend. I want to, take a trip. And I was like, okay, well... I know you want this, Blake, and you want to have, this is my goodbye gift to you. And I gave him like $200. And then all of a sudden, the payments for the truck come up, which wasn't officially my truck at the time, but now it is. But payments came up, and we needed to handle that. And I finally just broke down and said... I said, Doug, I kind of need to get paid for all the work I did. I hate to put you on this, but you're a big time producer. You can swing this. I mean, you've hired 2 other actors onto your staff. It's like you should be able to, pay an artist. No, well, my brother eventually gave me the money back in the form of this PS4, but and I just broke down. And I said, Doug, I'm in a bad situation. Can I get paid for the artwork I did? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. I think we could get something. So I just asked for the truck payment, which was like $150 for about a week's worth of work on the animation and the Burton Land, which was like a huge project that ate into everything. And I was thinking, okay, well, then I'll get, eventually I'll get discovered, revenue and exposure, pardon me. Which, I thought everything was cool after that when he decided, he was like, yeah, sure, we'll give it to you. And they gave it to me and I was like, oh, this is good. Maybe this will be like a regular situation. Because again, this was at the time why is that too expensive, Sky Gears, or is it too cheap? But anyway, I knew that Burton Land was worth that much. But anyway, I was like, okay, well, he doesn't seem to be mad and everything. But after that, I was never contacted to do any kind of animation work for anything. I was never asked to do any more drawings. I was never asked to do any more backgrounds. Because after that, you'll notice that they had Burton Land, which was something I worked at. It's not the best thing out there, but it was... I worked hard at it. I was very proud of it. I was half expecting like a daily deviation out of it because I thought it was so cool. But then right after that, when they did the what was it? What was it? They did. It was something where they did Inside Out, where they dressed up as all the Inside Out characters, and of course, there's that wonderful background that I'm sure Doug did himself. And I was like, why didn't they ask me to do something for that? And this, I later found out the same thing kind of happened with Phalis. They asked Phalis to do all the effects in the first, not Kick-Assia. Oh yeah, Kick-Assia and whatever that second one was, Suburban Nights. But then he said, I kind of need, I'm taking a vacation to do the videos. You want me to keep the revenue? You want to keep the revenue from all our crossovers? I kind of need to get paid for doing the effects in this one. Which I guess they like really kind of stood over his shoulder the whole time, and after that movie was done, they just kind of blackballed him and something like that. Well, it's also an interesting kind of philosophy when you're presented with Doug. This is when it's his project, it's all like, oh, let's band together and let's do this, and it's like, then when you're done with your logistics or you're like your thing, it's just like, well, just work harder, and you'll get your break. And it's like, well, working harder didn't fucking save demo reel, did it? It's like 2 episodes of demo reel. You were ready to give up and go back to Nostalgia Critic, which I finally watched that the first returning episode of the Nostalgia Critic, and there was this like really schmaltzy thing like about being creative, or it's like, like, how is this a nostalgic movie? And then he said something like, oh, well, maybe it's like being creative, and I was like, well, first of all, you could have made it seem like other people had affected you and helped you build up the Nostalgia Critic, and that's why you're back, because you're just as much creation of other people, enjoying your work as others, or it's just, make some connection. But anyway, yeah, it's just that's kind of the thing. I did Burton Land, and I'm proud of it. But yeah, that's just why I never did any more effects for anyone else in their videos ever again, because they were more than willing to have me do it when I was doing it for free. Anyway, let's see. We got this. I think this is pretty much done. I like it. I want to add some more highlights. But anyway, yeah, it's just, and I knew the deal was bad when I signed on for Fred Nader, but I was like backed up into a corner. It's like, I know I retained my rights, but I signed away some, and by the way, I was lucky that I didn't have monetization on my main channel, the main channel you're watching right now, is because I said, hey, can I get a modified contract that says, because they were all like, well, you can sign on, you can make a new channel, and then when you get monetization for your old channel again, you can sign up with us again. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I looked over the contract and I was like, will they screw me over? Do they have exclusivity to everything I make? And it's like, no, they just have exclusivity to the channel. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, that sounds like a plan. If it worked out, then I would have done that. Guess what? Fred Nader was bought by Rainmaker, or Channel Fred Nader was bought by Rainmaker, so that tells you what happened there. And again, it was like one of those third-party shtick things where it's like, okay, we're gonna be a network, and you sign up with us, and we get we get a measly 30% of your revenue, and it's like I know this is a scam, but it's Fred Nader, so maybe it has some kind of credit to it. It had no credit to it whatsoever. I might as well had done a YouTube channel with Trump. Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna save because I like the way this looks. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to work on that hand. I might as well have just sold my piss to Trump. Oh, I got to flatten everything. Do I know Channel Drawfee? You are the second person to ask if I know Channel Drawfee. I believe they do like OCs or Wacky Creations. No, I haven't watched any of it, but do I? Oh, and also perspective tool. Yay! Look at that. That's beautiful. I didn't even know. Saya have perspective things. Well, I knew things were failing with Channel Awesome when they were really pushing when they were really pushing Pokemon videos. Pokemon Go had just come out and they were like, you know what's really popular, like all the time, always? Pokemon videos. So we're going to start our own Pokemon channel, and we encourage all of our video makers to make Pokemon videos. And I was like, okay. It's like you really kind of seem like you're desperate just to get any kind of exposure. Even though your channel Frednator, you did, like, you know that Fairy Odd Parents are still on somehow, right? And also Adventure Time, like the biggest takeoff thing ever. And I always thought it was weird. It's like, oh, well, that's weird. Why don't they actually show like Bravest Warriors or anything like that on this main channel? But it was just like a... And that's how I knew it was like a third-party kind of scam thing. Anyway, I got to save this new because I've flattened the layer. I've flattened everything, and I need to save it on its own, in its own file, to make sure that nothing... I can always go back to the original. But anyway, apparently YouTube screwed more people over because now you can only do YouTube if you've... let's see, how... He didn't say anything about a background. I want maybe yellow? And then we'll go with working layer so I can see what I'm doing. Well, that's a little too much now, isn't it? Oh, that's right. I didn't... Actually, that looks pretty cool. But I can't... I need to add white to that. So we're going to do this and do that. Then we're going to go inverse. Isn't her skill already yellowish? I don't know. Yeah, but... Anyway, and then we're going to add another layer. Make that white. No, white. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. That just makes it kind of pop. And that's the one thing about Saya that I don't like. There's no gradient tools. If you want to do something like this, you gotta do the airbrush, but airbrush only gets that big. If someone could tell me how to get the brushes up to a higher level, above 500, then I'd appreciate that. Let's go with our little scale. Let's scale it down. Because I work with a giant scale anyway, so I might as well bring it down to the level I'm going to be comfortable publishing. Let's see, what's this scale? Okay, that's 100%. That's not good. I want it bigger than that. That's 100%. Okay, we'll go 50. Okay, 50%. Yeah, I like that. I'd be willing to hand that off to somebody. So I put my airbrush down to its lowest setting and I just kind of go over. Hello, Red Walrus. How you doing? Some kind of temple? I don't know. Anyway, see, we got this weird line, and it's not as smooth if I just had a grain tool. So I gotta go in, I gotta do blur. Do this. Blur all the color. Actually, just wait. Well, come on. Yeah, there we go. We'll do crop. Hello, Super Skeeto Pro. How you doing, Nolan? Not much. In fact, I'm just kind of putting some finishing details on this. In fact, I got a problem. This isn't as thick. This leg isn't as thick as that one. So now I gotta fix it without making it look like I'm cutting it apart. There we go. Now it's too thick. Just a scooch. Just a scooch. Oh, well, thanks for dropping by. I gave you the... Let's see. That's the problem. Now this is textured. Oh, that's okay. And brush it a little bit. See, you can't do this with, paint and pencil and paper and everything. Just kind of fix everything up. There we go. That makes it look better. What's next? Well, today I'm going to get some lunch. I'm probably just going to make myself a sandwich. Then I'm going to relax a little bit. Maybe play 3 versus 3 on Overwatch for like maybe 30 minutes. And then I gotta go and start editing a video before I come back tonight and see if I can actually stream anything. Might be Battleborn, or I might try to actually play. Let's see, multiply. I might actually try to play some Hearthstone on my phone. Go old school. Or actually, I'm going to try and see if my laptop can stream it. Because I've learned some new settings recently from... I'll be playing... Maybe I'll play some tonight, Red Walrus. It'll be different because the computer that I normally play on it is down. But I found out something called virtualization and high priorities and stuff like that. Oh, pardon me, Super. I gave you my code on my username on Skype. I gave you that. Anyway, yeah, that's good. Yeah, and you know what? No background details specified. No. Well, let's see. You said temple, noob master. Let's see. How can I do that? Let me just goof it. Let me just see if I can actually do something. Maybe. Huh. How am I gonna do that? Hold on, let me see something. Let me see the picture I did for him earlier. Oh, did you guys hear about the 7 other Earth-like planets? That's pretty cool. Let's see, where is that commission? It must have been like last year, so... come on, scroll. Oh god, it was last year when I was doing a sketch a day. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Oh, you know, I'm looking at this other stuff and I'm just using different kind of tricks. Maybe instead of that, I could just do this. Hold on a second. I got an idea. I got an idea. I just got an idea. Here. That's a little too... That's too much right now. Just wait. How is this? Oh, that's too big. We'll start from like right here. I'll just do a simple kind of... And then we will do this. Okay, that hair cut it off, but you know. Yeah, let me get back to you guys. I got one page open. There we go. See you, Sky Gears. Be good. Okay, noob. Wow, everyone's just leaving. Anyway, yeah, I'm almost done. So this is pretty much it. It'll just be like maybe some little details. Actually, I'll stick around for now. Because there's other people watching. Let's erase this a little bit. And then try to maybe do the stucco Coloring scale, no. Fade it out a little more, blur it. Yeah, just a little something. Just something to go in the background. Yeah. More like a design, really, but that'll be fine. I wonder if I could do, like, little zigzags. Yeah, that looks pretty neat. Yeah, there we go. That's the ticket. That's hot stuff. Yeah. There you go, noob. There's your pyramid. And then we will just add a little bit of shadow underneath the feet. Let's see, how can I do this? That layer can be just a little bit off, and then we can blur some of it in the middle. Yeah, there we go. I think I like that. Now let's put the layer on a different... Well, let's see. Let's bring that down. Let's bring this down. And then we can X that out. We'll see how that looks different colors then. Because someone said, oh, well, she's kind of yellow to begin with. And I kind of see what you mean. But let's just see. So that's green. Ooh, that's a good color. That's like a good... It's like a good medium difference between the green and the... Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Maybe let's add a white trim around it, see if that does anything. Make it pop or something. Yeah, I'm digging this. This is done. This is... They say that artwork is never finished, you just abandon it. Well, I'm ready to abandon this. This looks pretty good. Anyway, later guys, I'm gonna get some lunch. See you all. Peace. Take care, and we'll just hang loose and see what I got planned for tonight.